Okay, so we're revisiting the area cost problems. Um, so we did problems 1 and 2 together in class, and then you guys worked on 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 last week. But we're coming back to it because we got a lot of them wrong. So I'm just going to go over in this video number 1 and 2 again in case you missed the meeting last week, or um, if you just weren't paying attention or you just needed a refresher. Okay, so this will be for numbers 1 and 2. And then you guys still have the revisions for 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, so Sabrina wants to paint the walls and ceilings of the 2 bedrooms, the hall, and the living room of her apartment. A gallon of TJ based paint covers 350 square feet and costs $19.99. A gallon of ABOT based paint covers 400 feet squared and costs $26.39. All the ceilings are 10 feet high. So first thing we need to do is find the surface area that needs to be painted. That means we need to find the surface area of the 2 bedrooms and the hall. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to a separate page that I'd had that had a breakdown of problem 1. Okay, so I'm going to jump over to this page here. It was not on the pen ready to go, but that's all right. Okay, so the first thing we need to find here is the area of each room. So area is length times width. So bedroom number 1, that we have the dimensions of that. That's going to be 10 by 18. Let me do this to get all that stuff out of the way. It's hard to see it, but it says 18 up here, so 10 by 18. Right, so the area here is going to be 10 by 18. Right, 10 feet by 18 feet, so that's going to be 180 feet squared. Okay, the area for the second bedroom, right? We don't have a pure rectangle. We have to break this up into 2 different rectangles. So the first rectangle here is 10 by 12. So length times width, that's going to be 10 times 12, which is going to be 120. Okay, feet squared. Okay, the area of the other rectangle here is going to be, so this length here we know is 10, and we know the whole thing here is 12. So our missing piece for this little section here would be 2. We know that this whole thing is 12 here, all the way across. We know the width of the bathroom is 8 feet. So if this piece is 8 feet, right, 12 minus 8, this has to be 4. So our other piece of bedroom number 2 here is going to be 4 by 2. So our other little piece here will be 4 by 2, which is going to give us 8 feet squared. So the area of bedroom number 2 is going to be 128 feet squared. Okay. Now we have to do the living room. So we're going to have to break this up into a few different rectangles here. So let's break it up here, maybe, and here. So now we have 3 different rectangles. So we're going to have to do length times width 3 times. So this is 20 across here. Okay. Well, actually, let's start with this one down here. So this is 12. So the whole thing across, this is 18 and 20. So the whole thing across is going to be 38. 20 plus 18. So we have 2 pieces that are 12. The width of the bedroom and the kitchen are 12 and 12. So this is going to have to add up to 38. So we can do 38 minus 12 minus 12 is going to be 14. So this rectangle down here is 12 by 14, which is going to be, right, 12 by 12 is 144. So 144 plus 24. 12 by 14 is going to give us 168 feet squared. Okay, so the first one is going to be 168 feet squared. Okay, this one up here, again, we know this piece is 12. We know the whole thing from the other side, right, is going to be 10 plus 8 plus 10. That's 28. So this whole distance here is 28. So if the whole thing is 28 and this piece down here is 12, 28 minus 12 is going to give us 16. So this one's going to be 20 by 16. So 20. So this one was 14 by 12. The next one is 20 by 16. So that's going to be 160. 16 times 10 is 160. So 160 times 2, it's going to be 320 feet squared. Okay, and then our last little piece here, we know this is 18 across. So 18 minus 8, this has to be 10. We know this is 8 feet high, and this little piece is 2. So 8 minus 2 is going to be 6. So this last one is going to be, the hall here is going to be 6 by 10. So 6 by 10 is going to give us 60 feet squared. Okay, we add those all together. So that's what, 380, 480, 548. Let's put it in the calculator just to be sure. So 168 plus 320 plus 60 is 548 feet squared. Okay, so that's the areas of the room. So that represents the area of the ceiling. So if we want to paint bedroom 1, we're going to need 180 feet squared to paint the ceiling, 128 feet squared square feet of paint, or the area that we need to cover with paint is 128 feet squared in bedroom number 2. And then the hall and the living room, the area we have to cover is 548 square feet. Okay, so those are the areas of the ceiling, the area of the ceiling that we need to paint. Now we need to figure out the walls. So the walls, there's a whole bunch of different walls. So the easiest way to do this is find the perimeter of each room and then multiply by the height of the ceiling, which is 10. All right, so you could find all the rooms here. So for example, bedroom number 1 is 10 by 18. So 2 of the walls are 18 feet long. So you could do 18 times 10 to find the area of the first wall, 10 times 10 to find the area of the second wall, 18 times 10 to find the area of the third wall, and then 10 times 10 to find the area of the fourth wall, but it's easier just to find the perimeter of each room. So bedroom number 1, we have 18 plus 10. This whole piece is 18, right? So 18 plus 10 plus 18, and then this piece would be 10. So 18 plus 10 plus, I'm sorry, this piece is 10, right? This little piece. So the whole thing here is going to be 18. So 18 plus 10 plus 18 plus 10. So that's going to be 36, 46, 56, right? 18 plus 10 plus 18 plus 10. So it's 56 feet. The height of all those ceilings is 10 feet. So we do 56 feet times 10 feet. And so the area of those walls is 560 feet squared. So the area of those 4 walls in the bedroom will be 560 feet squared. You take the perimeter of each room and multiply by the height of the room. Okay. Bedroom number 2. So we have 10, we have 12. This whole thing is 12, right? 10 plus 2 is 12. This piece is 4. We know this one here is 2. And then we know this piece here is 8. So we're going to do 10 plus 12 plus 10 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 8. All right, which is going to give us a perimeter of, that's 32, 34, 38, 48 feet, right, times the height of the ceiling, which is 10 feet. So the area of the walls in that bedroom number 2 is going to be 480 feet squared. All right, now we got to do the living room hall. Remember, there's no wall here or here, so we're not going to include that. All right, so let's start at the bottom here. We got 14 plus 28 me do it in a different color. Green maybe. 14 plus 28 plus 20 plus 10 plus 10 plus 6 plus 4, and then this piece here is 12. So then plus 12 and plus 12. Okay, so if we do that here, we'll start at the bottom. We have 14 plus the height there of 28 plus 20 across left plus 10 down plus 10 to the left. Then it's 6 down, right? 6 and then 4 and 12 and 12. So plus 6 plus 4 plus 12 and then plus 12. Okay, so that's going to be 42, 52, 62, 72, 82, 92, 102, 104, 116 feet, right? And then that's just the perimeter, the length of the wall all the way around. The height of the wall is 10, so we're going to multiply by 10 feet. Okay, so 116 times 10 is going to be 1,160 feet squared. Right, so that's the area of the walls of the living room and the hall. So now if we add up the area of the walls in the bedroom 1, bedroom 2, and the living room and the hall to the area of the ceiling of bedroom 1, 2, and the living room and the hall, we'll have the amount of square footage that needs to be painted for those rooms. Okay, so let's start with 1,160 at the bottom here, plus 480, plus 560, plus 548, plus 128, plus 180. Okay, it's going to give us a grand total of 3,056 feet squared. Okay, if we didn't screw anything up, there's a lot there, so we could have screwed something up. So we had 14 and 28 and 20, plus 10, plus 10, plus 6, plus 12, plus 6, plus... Nope, we got it all. Okay, so that's just to double check. 14 plus 28 plus 20 plus 10 plus 10 plus 6 plus 4 plus 12 plus 12. 116. Yep. Okay. Bedroom 1 and 2, right? So we had 18, 10, 18, and 10. So that's 56. Okay, and then here we had 10, 12, 12, so that should be 22, 34, 36, 38. Ooh. That should all add up to, we have 48 in there. Sorry, 10, 12, and 12, that's 24, 34, 42, 44, 48. Yep, so that's all good. And then our areas, I think we're good too, right? 120 plus 8, so 128, 180. Here we had 12 times, make sure 12 times 14 was 168. Here was 10 was 60. Okay, and then 20 by 16 would have been 320. 548, yep, and then we're good here. So 548 plus 180 plus 128 plus 560 plus 480 plus 1,160, 3,056 feet squared. So if we go back to our other page, okay, our total surface area is 3,056 feet squared. So like I said, that was a big problem, a lot of different pieces. Okay, And that was just part A. So how many gallons and how much would it cost to buy the TJ base paint? So we know the each gallon of TJ base paint covers 350 square feet. So we're going to do 3,056 is our total area that we need to cover. We're going to divide by the amount that each gallon covers, which is 350 feet squared. So that's going to give us 8.73. Okay, we can't buy 8.73 gallons. We got to buy whole gallons. So that means we're going to have to buy 9 gallons. Okay, and each gallon is going to cost us $19.99. Right, $19.99. So we're going to end up doing 9 times $19.99, which is $179.91. $179.91. Okay, how many gallons and how much would it cost to buy the ABOT base paint? So that's every gallon covers 400 square feet. So we're going to do 3,056. That's the total area we need to cover, divided by the area covered by each gallon, which is 400 feet squared. So 3,056 divided by 400 feet squared is going to give us 7.64. And again, we can't buy 7.64 gallons, so we're going to have to buy 8 gallons. And each gallon costs $26.39, so we're going to multiply by $26.39. So we'll do 8 times $26.39, which is going to be $211.12. All right. So if assuming this paint was the same quality, we would want to go with the TJ base paint as opposed to the ABOT base paint because it's going to be $22 cheaper, right? Or $21.21 cheaper. Okay, so that's number one. That was the longest problem on the page. Number two here is much simpler. So we want to carpet the living room and hall. She is purchasing the carpet that costs $10.50 per square yard. So we need the total area of the that needs to be carpeted. That's the hall and living room. We already found the area of the hall and the living room. All right, we found it to be 548 feet. So that means we're going to need 548 square feet here of carpeting. Okay, and it costs $10.50 per square yard. Okay, so we got to use the conversions we learned. So here we have 548 feet squared. All right, let's convert this to yards though. So we know we have 3 feet in a yard, and since we're getting rid of feet, we got to put the feet on the bottom. So 3 feet, so that goes on the bottom. So 1 yard is 3 feet, but we have to do it twice because it's squared. Right, so feet and feet is feet squared. That cancels out. So we got to do 548 divided by 3 twice. So 548 divided by 3 is going to give us 60.88 yards squared that we need to carpet. Each yard squared costs $10.50, so we're going to multiply this by $10.50. Okay. So times $10.50, that's going to give us $639.33. Okay. For this, we could have also, you didn't need to do the feet separate. We could have converted it by doing 548 feet squared. And then in 1 yard squared, right, a yard is 3 feet by 3 feet, so that's going to be 9 feet squared. So you could have done it all in one, right? 548 divided by 9. Okay, 60.88 yards squared, and then you would multiply that by the $10.50, and you get $639.33 to carpet the hall and the living room of her apartment. Okay, so again, you got to do the ones you got wrong originally. I'll be online from 8:15 to 10 o'clock, or you can text me on Remind if you need some help.